How's it going out there, YouTube? My name is Jesse and I am back for another comic book video. I know it's been a while since I put out a video. My whole recording platform just completely fell apart and I needed to find something new. But I think I got a new platform for recording and editing. So with this, I'm going to start off my new video with a top 10 list video. In the Marvel Universe, especially in the 616 universe, there are many shield slingers. And what I mean about that is people who use shields. Now, these shield slingers do not always use the shield for their intended purposes. Captain America is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. And I have 10 to go over in this video. Now, not all of them are part of the 616 universe. And we're going to go ahead and cover all 10 of them. Now, for this list, I'm only covering one of the person's name per list, despite how many different people may have been that particular superhero, Captain America being a perfect example. When I say Captain America, I'm including all of the people who have been Captain America as Captain America. There's not going to be a whole list of just him. So that's the example. Like Captain America 2099 would still be Captain America, so there wouldn't be separate entries on this list. Now we're going to kick this one off with the first 4. Now 10, 9, and 8 would never be mistaken for heroes. Number 7 may have been a hero. There's many different versions of number 7. I think he was designed to be the antithesis to Captain America at first. Now, number 10 is not from the 616 universe. So, let's go ahead and cover these 4 first. Coming in at number 10, SS Agent. SS Agent John Walker first appeared in AX number 10 in 1999. He is from Earth 9907 as part of that team's Thunder Guard. Many of the members of the Thunder Guard resemble Avengers from 616, but they are not part of the 616 and they are the bad guys. John Walker uses 1 or 2 photonic shields. He has mastered several forms of martial arts and is at the peak of human conditioning. Coming in at number 9, Death Shield. Death Shield, Timothy Karlskin, first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 367 in 1992. Death Shield is one of the students of the Taskmaster. Taskmaster had many students that he trained, each supposed to be a counterpart to the Avenger or superhero that they were trained to take on, so they reflect many of the skills and aspects. Death Shield is to be the counterpart of Captain America. He possesses a shield and I guess many of the same abilities that Captain America does. Coming in at number 8, Taskmaster. Taskmaster, Tony Masters, first appeared in Avengers 195 in 1980. Taskmaster has an ability of photonic reflexes, which means that he can see another person's moves and able to duplicate them. He can learn hand-to-hand techniques by watching another person fight, sleight of hand techniques from magicians, gymnastic techniques by watching gymnasts. He has also been injected with a version of the super soldier formula, which allows him to mimic these abilities automatically. He is a master of martial arts because he has watched many different heroes and villains over the time fight, such as Captain America, Deadpool, Daredevil, Spider-Man. He can't mimic their powers, but he can mimic their fighting skills and abilities. He is a master technician, a weapons mastery, a master marksman, a master assassin, because of all the techniques that he's been able to learn by watching other people move. He can't duplicate the powers, but he can duplicate the abilities, and Captain America says that a Taskmaster may be one of the most deadliest people on Earth. He carries a number of weapons that he can use to fight people based on the people that he's seen, such as katanas, bows and arrows, a sword, and a shield. He also can use the shield much like Captain America can as well. Coming in at number 7, Red Guardian. I'm probably gonna mess this name up. Red Guardian Alexia Skotovich first appeared in Avengers 93 in 1967. Red Guardian was supposed to serve as the Soviets' version of Captain America. There have been a number of Red Guardians over the years, both male and females, some of them possessing different powers and ability, but for the most part, they're supposed to be the Soviets' version of Captain America, shield, disc, what have you. Now, coming in at number 6, 5, and 4. Now, all of them are from different Earths. As far as I know, number 6 has never interacted with the 616 universe, but number 5 and number 4 have. So, let's go ahead and cover those 3 now. Coming in at number 6, American Dream. American Dream, Sharon Carter, first appeared in A-Next number 1 in 1998, but wouldn't appear as American Dream until A-Next number 4 in 1999. For those of you who might be confused about what A-Next is, it is the Avengers Next from the MC2 comic books, which was supposed to be a future, but actually takes place on Earth 982. Now, the American Dream does not have any superpowers, but she is at the peak of non-powered human conditioning. She is trained in hand-to-hand combat, is a world-class athlete, and uses a Captain America shield, but she didn't start with a Captain America shield. She had disc weapons that could bounce all over the place like Captain America's shield, but they were miniaturized versions. She would later get a duplicate of Captain America's shield and keep that in the comics they would appear in after that, which they had 2 5-part specials of A-Next and a self-titled American Dream comic. Coming in at number 5, Major Victory. Major Victory, Vance Astro, first appeared in Marvel Superheroes number 18 in 1969. He is in the future of the Marvel comic books, but this is Earth 691, where the solar system has been taken over by the Bordoon. Vance Astro decided to volunteer to become a scientist so they could travel to the world Centuria 5. It would take 1,000 years to get there, so he was placed in suspended animation and given a suit so the rigors of time would not affect him. By the time his ship was finally discovered and he made it there, we had already colonized many worlds, including Centuria 5, because of the advancements in the technology at that time. But the way that he was set to go to Centuria 5, they could not stop his journey on the way there because it would disrupt something, plot conveniences, I would imagine. So they let him continue on his journey, and he is 5 years in the future. By the time he finally gets there, the universe, or at least our slice of the universe, the solar system, everybody's been taken over by the Bordoon, and Major Victory teams up with other members to become Galactic Guardians of the Galaxy. Major Victory is a powerful telepath. I'm not sure if he measures up to the level of Jean Grey. Just at first, he would be fighting with his telepathic powers. Later, he would get Captain America's shield, and then he would go on to use that and take on the name Major Victory. He would throw the shield and project it with a telepathic blast, so it would incapacitate enemies in the way that Captain America never could when throwing the shield. Coming in at number 4, Hydra Supreme. Hydra Supreme, Steve Rogers, first appeared in Captain America Sam Wilson number 7 in 2016. He appeared in the Standoff storyline, the Pleasant Hill story, which was just a really convoluted Marvel plot. Hydra Supreme hails from the universe 61,311. This is a Earth where Hydra won, and Captain America Steve Rogers is in control of this universe. But he is Hydra Supreme, even though he went as Captain America at first. He ends up becoming Hydra Supreme, which leads into Secret Empire, which was one of the worst Marvel storylines ever created, where he's later defeated by Captain America, but as far as I know, he's still alive in the 616 universe and is being held prisoner. And now we get to the last 3. Now, these should come as no surprise to anybody. It should also come no surprise to the order that they're listed in. And a number of people have assumed the roles over the years. Number 2 has been the same costume under different names, but I'm still including that as just one entry since it's basically the same thing. And number 1 should become no surprise to anybody. So let's go over the last 3. 3, 2, and 1. Coming in at number 3, the Patriot. Now, the very first original Patriot that appeared back in the Golden Age was Jeffrey Mace, but we're not talking about him. He never used a shield. We're talking about who would come as the second Patriot, Elijah Bradley, who first appeared in Young Avengers number 1 in 2005. He was not born with any superhuman powers and would not gain the powers until he had a blood transfusion from his grandfather, who was the original, as they said, Black Captain America, and then he would have the super soldier serum in his blood. He got a replica of Captain America's first shield and used that as part of being a Patriot, basically a younger version of Captain America, who was occasionally doping himself with mutant growth hormones to give himself superhuman powers, but since he got them from different sources, sometimes the effectiveness of the growth hormones would wane and his power would differ. He would eventually leave the Young Avengers. After that, Rashawn Lucas would take over as the Patriot, and he first appeared in Secret Empire, The Brave New World number 2 in 2017. In Secret Empire, he transferred some secret files to the underground to explain what happened with Captain America's transformation, would restore faith to Tony Stark's AI and repair a Natasha Romanoff AI to train him to become the next Patriot. Then he would get a shield that was designed by Tony Stark, which would be a shield but could also be a glider or a drone. So the Patriot is a normal human trained by Natasha Romanoff, essentially, and has a shield that has a few fancy tricks to it. Coming in at number 2, someone I mentioned in my top 10 Captain America video, U.S. Agent. U.S. Agent John Walker first appeared as the Super Patriot and Captain America 323 in 1986. He would eventually become Captain America and Captain America 333 in 1987. He would have the identity as Captain America taken away from him when he was proved to be too violent to be Captain America, and would eventually return to the comic books in Captain America 354 in 1989 as U.S. Agent. That's a comic book that I own. The U.S. Agent has been given his powers from the Power Broker and was also trained in gymnastics and acrobatics by the Taskmaster. The U.S. Agent has been a part of the Avengers, Force Works, and I believe Alpha Flight. He did possess Captain America's shield when he was Captain America, and he's had a number of different shields over the years, such as the Vibranium Star Shield, the Eagle Shield, the Proton Shield, and there were some others. John Walker is basically, he was trained to be Captain America. Coming in at number 1, Captain America. Captain America, Steve Rogers, first appeared in Captain America Comics number 1 in 1941. Due to the fact that he has a super soldier serum, he is at the peak of human conditioning. So whatever the human body is capable of, he is at the peak. Peak strength, reflexes, durability, speed, agility. He also has a healing factor, enhanced senses, peak human mental processing power, and an extended longevity. Because of the super soldier serum, it allows him to be a master martial artist, a master shield fighter, which there's only a few people who can even come close to him, but he is the master at shield fighting. He is a master acrobat, an indomitable will, an expert marksman, expert swordsman, weapon proficiency, which means any weapon that he gets his hands on, he automatically knows how to use, with a proficiency. He's an expert hacker, multilingual, and an expert vehicle driver. His strength level, he can bench press about 1,100 pounds, and he could sustain a overhead press of about 800 pounds. Now, through his career, there have been a number of times where Captain America has had to give up his former identity, and he has gone around as Nomad for a period of time. Then, due to a conflict with the United States government, he would quit and become the captain. After that, due to everything that happened with Civil War and the aftermath, he would end up running S.H.I.E.L.D. as the super soldier. He has also died and come back from the dead twice to be confirmed, at least. The first time he died when they were getting rid of the Captain America comics, and then when he died because of some political stuff that was happening in the real world. Nothing to really go into right now. Captain America is the best at shield slinging, and whatever anybody else in the universe, Marvel Universe, does when it comes to shields, it all started with him, Captain America. I hope you enjoyed this video. I sure enjoyed making it. I hope that the watermark hasn't thrown you off too much. I'll be taking care of that soon. I hope this new recording format is working out well for you. Well, I got a number of top 10 lists and list videos on the way, so stay tuned for those. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.